The first time my name appeared on the school announcement board, my stomach dropped. It wasn't for an award. It was for disciplinary notice. Whispers spread instantly across the hallway. Students pointed, eyes filled with judgment, as though I had transformed overnight into a stranger they could no longer trust. My hands trembled while I tried to focus on class. Teachers looked at me differently, avoiding eye contact like I carried a secret they already knew. By third period, I finally saw the reason. A video was making rounds me shoving another girl in the cafeteria. Except, I hadn't touched her. I replayed it again and again, searching for mistakes, but the editing was perfect. The frame caught my hand raised, her stumbling, as though it was real. My chest tightened as I was summoned to the principal's office. His voice was calm, but his eyes carried weight. "We don't tolerate bullying here," I pleaded with him, explaining the video was edited. He slid a screenshot across the desk, my face frozen mid-action, proof that didn't feel like mine. "This is serious," he said firmly. "You'll serve detention. Any more incidents, and suspension follows." His words carved into me like a sentence I couldn't escape. When I stepped out, the hallways were colder. Laughter followed me, whispers of bully trailing close. The weight of false guilt pressed against my shoulders. At lunch, my best friend Emma sat across, her face pale. "Tell me it's not true," she whispered, desperation in her eyes. "It's not," I hissed. Too loud. Heads turned. I lowered my voice. "Someone set me up. Someone made that video. I swear I didn't touch her." Emma's lips tightened. "But who would do that to you?" The question rattled inside me. Who hated me enough to destroy my reputation? That night, sleep escaped me. I replayed the video until tears blurred my vision. Even I almost believed it, and that terrified me most. The next morning, more rumors had sprouted. Some students whispered about other victims, stories of things I never did. Lies had taken on a life of their own. A crumpled note appeared on my desk in math. "Confess. Everyone knows it's you." My hands shook as I crushed it tighter, my face burning. By afternoon, another video surfaced. This one showed me slamming a locker door in someone's face. My heart stopped. Again, fake. Again, flawless editing. Terror crawled under my skin. Whoever was behind this wasn't done. They wanted to bury me under layers of false proof until no one doubted it. Emma squeezed my shoulder. "We'll find them. Someone is recording you, editing it. We need to catch them in the act." Her certainty was a thin lifeline in a storm of betrayal, but doubt still crept in. Could someone close to me be behind it? I confronted the girl from the first video. "You know I didn't push you. Please, just tell people." She shrugged. "The video says you did." Her indifference cut deeper than hate. Proof had become more powerful than truth, and I was losing to shadows I couldn't control. The principal called me again, this time with my parents present. "One more incident, and she's suspended," he warned. My mom's pale face said it all. My dad clenched his jaw. If she says she didn't, she didn't, but even he sounded like he was trying to convince himself. The next morning, a text buzzed my phone. "Stop lying or next time will be worse." My chest turned to ice. I showed Emma. Her eyes widened. "This is proof. We can track the number." But my stomach twisted with dread. What if it was someone I trusted? At school, the stares had sharpened into glares. Even people I'd known for years avoided me, like being near me meant endorsing cruelty. During English, my phone buzzed again. Another message. "You'll never prove anything. Everyone already believes me." The words pierced deeper than the threat itself. My hands tightened on the desk. I wanted to scream, but silence felt safer. If I broke down, it would just feed the rumors. Emma whispered beside me, "We'll trace the number tonight." She sounded confident, but the knot in my chest only grew heavier. After school, we sat in her room, phones open, searching apps, guides, anything that could reveal the sender. Every result led to dead ends. "They're smart," Emma admitted. "They're covering their tracks." Her voice carried both awe and fear. Whoever this was, they weren't just cruel, they were calculated. That night, I stared at my ceiling, wondering why. Why me? I wasn't popular. I wasn't an enemy to anyone. Or, had I missed something? The next morning, another video dropped. This one was the worst yet, me slapping a boy in the hallway. The audio screamed, though it wasn't my voice. The principal didn't even ask this time. He gave me a week of in-school suspension. My protests melted against the solid wall of disbelief in his eyes. Sitting in that silent room, surrounded by gray walls, I felt like a criminal. The punishment stung, but worse was the emptiness of being unheard. Emma sneaked me a note during lunch break. Meet me after school. I think I know who's doing this. My pulse raced. When the final bell rang, we waited by the lockers. Emma pointed subtly at a student crouched with a phone. Jessica, the quiet girl from art class. Jessica's eyes darted up, then she bolted. My legs moved before my brain did, chasing her down the hall until a teacher blocked us. Enough, the teacher snapped. Both of you office now. I wanted to scream. This was the moment. She was guilty, but now it looked like I was attacking her. In the office, Jessica cried. She's harassing me. She's obsessed. The principal frowned at me like my guilt was cement. My words came out frantic, messy. Check her phone. I begged. Please, just look. Jessica clutched it tightly, shaking her head, crocodile tears streaking her cheeks. The principal sighed, unconvinced. I'll allow it, he said finally. Jessica's face drained of color. The phone was pried from her grip, screen unlocked under a watchful eye. Message after message appeared. Threats, edits, drafts of videos. My face copied and pasted. My heart thundered with relief and rage all at once. Jessica shrieked, "It's not what it looks like." But the evidence screamed louder than her voice. For once, truth stood taller than lies. The principal's jaw clenched. His gaze shifted from me to Jessica. My office. Now, his tone carried a weight I hadn't heard before. My parents were called again, but this time their faces shone with a mix of relief and fury, not at me, but at the girl who tried to destroy me. Jessica's confession spilled out between sobs. She had everything: friends, grades, a perfect image. I wanted people to see her fall. Her envy was venomous. I sat frozen, realizing how fragile reputation was, how easily it could be shattered by someone's silent resentment. One click had almost ruined me. The principal apologized, though his voice was stiff. We'll correct the record, but deep down, I knew apologies wouldn't erase the weeks of torment. When I stepped back into the hallway, whispers still followed, but this time, they were different, uncertain, questioning, some even sympathetic. The tide was finally turning. For the first time in weeks, Emma smiled at me. We did it, she whispered, but I couldn't shake the shadows of the damage already done. Students who once avoided me now offered nervous smiles, half apologies hidden in their eyes. But the scar of mistrust lingered, raw and impossible to hide. Jessica was suspended immediately. Her desk sat empty in every class, a silent reminder of how easily envy could twist someone into something cruel. I thought the nightmare was over. But 3 days later, another video surfaced, me spray painting the school wall. My stomach dropped. Jessica wasn't even here. Emma gasped when she saw it. Then, it wasn't just her. The realization hit like ice water. Someone else was still out there, pulling strings. The principal's face hardened again. This is unacceptable. She's suspended, yet the videos continue. Which means, his words trailed off, but suspicion crawled back into his gaze. It's not me, I pleaded, louder than I meant to. My voice cracked, echoing in the office. The look in his eyes wavered, but not enough. That night, Emma came over with her laptop. We'll find the source this time. Whoever posted this messed up. There has to be metadata. Hours passed in a blur of code, tutorials, and frantic typing. Finally, Emma froze. Got it. The file traces back to someone else in school. My chest tightened. The name glowed on her screen. Samantha Reynolds. A popular girl, captain of the cheer squad. She was untouchable. Why would she do this? I whispered, barely able to breathe. Emma frowned. Jealousy. Control. Or maybe she just wants to see you burn. The next day, Samantha walked the halls like royalty, her smirk sharp as glass when our eyes met. She knew I knew. Careful, Emma warned under her breath. If we go after her without proof, we'll look obsessed. That's what she wants. Still, Samantha pushed harder. Notes appeared in my locker. You'll never escape this. Rumors spread again, nastier this time. The walls of the school felt smaller. The principal announced an investigation, but by then, the damage was done. Teachers eyed me suspiciously. Friends drifted away. The title of bully clung like glue. Emma and I knew we needed more. So we set a trap. We borrowed cameras from the AV club and placed them near my locker. 2 days later, footage caught Samantha slipping a folded note inside. Her laugh echoed faintly as she strutted away, satisfied. My heart pounded as we handed the video to the principal. This time, the evidence was undeniable. Samantha's smirk finally cracked. She denied it at first, claiming it was just a prank, but when shown the digital traces on her laptop, her lies crumbled like paper in fire. You wanted her ruined, the principal said coldly. Samantha's silence confirmed it all. 2 conspirators, 2 different motives, both hungry to watch me fall. My parents hugged me tightly that night, but their voices trembled. We believe you, but people may never forget what they saw. Emma tried to lift me up. They'll see the truth eventually, yet doubt gnawed inside me. Did the truth even matter anymore? The school board cleared my record, officially declaring me innocent. Announcements were made in every class. Still, eyes followed me with hesitation, like a shadow that wouldn't fade. The weight of it all crushed me at times. I caught myself wondering if I'd ever feel normal again or if the word bully would haunt me forever. But deep down, something inside hardened. If they wanted me broken, they'd failed. I wasn't the bully, I was the survivor of one. The next morning, whispers returned, but this time tinged with curiosity. Students watched me differently, unsure what to believe, waiting for the next move. I walked past Samantha, who avoided my gaze. Her smirk was gone, replaced by something like fear. The tables had finally turned. Emma nudged me in the hallway. See? They know who's guilty now. You're finally free, but freedom felt tentative, fragile, like walking on glass. Even with proof, some peers didn't approach. Their trust had been broken, and repairing it would take longer than clearing my name. The principal called a school assembly. Everyone gathered in the gym, the tension thick. I sat in the front row, heart hammering. He addressed the students with authority. Recent events have been investigated. The bullying videos circulating were falsified by 2 students seeking attention and jealousy. Cameras in the assembly captured Samantha and Jessica's faces as the room murmured. Their guilt hung like smoke in the air. The principal continued, the student falsely accused, who has suffered through rumors and false claims, is cleared of all charges. My chest lifted, relief and pride mingling. Samantha glared at me, her face red with shame and fury. Jessica avoided eye contact entirely, smaller than she had ever appeared before. Whispers turned into apologies, some hesitant, some genuine. A few classmates clapped softly. It wasn't perfect, but it was acknowledgement. Emma squeezed my hand. Finally, they see you for who you are. Not the lies. I smiled faintly, though the week-long stress still weighed heavily. For the first time in weeks, I walked the hallways without fear, without the suffocating tension of suspicion. I was reclaiming my space. A few students came forward, offering small gestures of friendship. Sorry for believing the video, one whispered. Their honesty felt like a balm. At lunch, my seat was no longer isolated. People approached cautiously, but I noticed smiles. It wasn't the same as before, but it was real. Samantha and Jessica were disciplined, and strict warnings were enforced to prevent future incidents. Seeing the consequences of envy and manipulation felt almost satisfying. Despite the relief, I realized the experience had changed me. I was stronger, more cautious, and aware of how easily trust could be manipulated. My parents praised my resilience, but they also reminded me to stay humble. Being right isn't enough, my mom said. Your character is what matters. Emma and I laughed for the first time in weeks during art class. The weight of fear had lifted, replaced with the warmth of victory shared. Slowly, friendships mended. Some peers apologized openly, others with quiet gestures. Trust returned incrementally, proving patience and persistence were more powerful than rage. I reflected on the ordeal. Fear had been constant, but it was my courage and persistence that finally turned the tide. In private moments, I revisited the videos, realizing how close I had come to losing myself to false guilt. That thought was chilling but empowering. The school year continued, and I focused on my passions, friendships, and academics. I no longer felt the need to justify every action. Samantha avoided me entirely. Jessica kept her distance. Their envy had fueled the chaos, but now I stood above it, untouchable by their lies. Standing in front of the mirror, I saw someone changed, someone resilient, cautious, aware that truth was sometimes hidden beneath layers of manipulation. I finally understood. Being falsely accused didn't define me. Surviving it did. And from that moment onward, no rumor, no lie, no false video could steal my voice or my peace.